What is going on, you guys? Welcome to the video. I want to start by saying that I want to see Throne and Liberty succeed, so my purpose of making this video is not to slander or spread any bad energy about the game, okay? I genuinely would like to see the game succeed. I love MMOs and I have been looking for a good MMO for so long, but every MMO that I love shuts down, so I would rather not see Throne and Liberty fail and shut down after a couple years or a couple months like most of its counterparts that have come from the region, okay? Now, it's very well known that games that come from Korea have localization issues when they come to NA because the audience of North America just generally likes different aspects about the game than Koreans will like about their games. Therefore, you have to really understand your audience when you're coming from a region such as Korea to a broader audience such as NA or the global broader region. That being said, there is one huge concern I have about Throne and Liberty in regards to this. So I'm going to go ahead and hop in game and show you what I am currently concerned about. This one thing could very well cause Throne and Liberty to completely fail or be dead on arrival if you do not change this, Amazon or NCSoft. Okay, currently in Throne and Liberty, I have these currencies. This is at in-game max level 50 plus. You start running certain content. Dimensional contracts, dimensional contract tokens 2, and abyssal contracts. Those are your three main currencies in which you utilize to run content. The dimensional contracts are used for T2s, dimensional contracts. 2s are used for T3s or tier 3 content. And you can run the challenge dimensional circle as much as you want, which is awesome. However, there's distinct differences in the loot that you get from these aspects of the game, and that can create a huge divide in the gearing of the population depending on how much of this content you're capable of running. That being said, if you allow someone to run more dimensional circles than another player, they have more chances at the highest tier of gear. You can run challenge dimensional circle all you want. Awesome. All this gives is runes. Runes is an in-game optimization. It definitely 100% does boost your combat power, and it does give you very good stats. However, if you do not have fully traded gear, you will be at a huge disadvantage. Therefore, by running more T2 and T3 content, which even the T1 content takes dimensional contract 1, but as you see, this is how you get the majority of the gains from your gear. Even if you don't need the gear here, you can lithograph it, whatever. You can lithograph it or extract the traits, whatever. It's going to give you some type of advantage if you get a good drop. That being said, you get these tokens at the same period of time or same interval. Every player has a certain interval in which these refresh, which is standard, right? You would expect there to be a standard refresh rate for these tokens. It's daily, right? It resets at the same time each day. Awesome. However, when you go into the special shop and you start spending money and you get the Silesium's Blessing, the Silesium Blessing itself increases the maximum dimensional contracts that you can have. Okay, that's not too bad, but what you can do is actually buy more dimensional contract tokens each day. So, that being said, you are paying to play more than someone who doesn't want to pay, making the game extremely divided between players who want to pay and players who don't want to play. And a lot of North American players prefer to play these type of games free to play unless they're buying skins or cosmetics. Skins and cosmetics are perfectly fine. You can sell these all day. However, when you sell people the ability to play the game more, it's, as I showed you, it's a direct correlation to getting more playtime of the content and more chances at gear, making it a pay-to-win feature. Nobody likes pay-to-win, direct pay-to-win like that. And that is a huge concern that I have if the game comes to NA the same way that it is in Korea. If they don't remove that, which Amazon has already said they are reworking this feature in the game. So I will put that full disclosure out there. I believe that they are looking at this. I just wanted to make this video to make it absolutely clear, at least from my point of view, this is something we do not want when this game comes to global. Every player should be able to run the same amount of content. I would prefer it to be endless. I don't see a reason to limit people of running your content in your game. It doesn't really make sense. But if you want to limit it to daily content, right, fine, but make it equal for all players. The parts of the game that we want to swipe for should not be pay to win. It should not be direct relation to power, such as this. There are currently other pay to win aspects in Korea, such as the currency, right? You can buy Lucent, which buying Lucent in itself is not bad, because Lucent is the premium currency you can use to buy whatever premium items they have in the shop, which the shop itself is not pay to win. But when you buy Lucent and you take it to the auction house, and the in-game auction house is based off of Lucent, not based off of Solent. Solent is the in-game currency. Lucent is the premium currency. So when you buy a bunch of Lucent, and you can come in here and buy gear, that makes the game pay to win. However, I will put a disclosure. There is somewhat of a balancing factor of this, right? Because a player buys Lucent and they come in here on a brand new server or a brand new game, there's not going to be anything in the auction house because there's no players to farm the gear. Therefore, whoever, let's say you're a free-to-play player and you farm a piece of gear and you put it on the auction house, you sell it, you are going to get premium currency from being free-to-play and selling your items on the auction house. That's awesome. So by paying to win, the person that pays to get the Lucent, right, to buy these items, you are therefore funding someone who's may or may not be paying, right? It doesn't matter. So that's equal. That's equality to a point. So I don't have a huge issue with this. However, this still is pay to win, because if you were to spend $1,000 in Lucent and people listed enough of these items, you could just buy all of your traits after you have bought the piece of the gear. However, these are mostly traits, which if you don't understand the gearing system and how it works in Throne and Liberty, you don't really know what I'm saying. These traits aren't actually gear pieces. They are pieces that go into the trait slot that you upgrade on your piece. So you're not technically buying gear, however, you're buying more stats for your gear. So it's not a direct correlation. However, you can lithograph these items and sell the entire item. It's just a little bit more expensive. That's why you see these items that are like 800, 1,000 Lucent. That's because you're buying the actual item. But what most people actually sell is an extract or the trait extract of the item, which is a lot cheaper. So you have to pay a lot more money in order to actually buy an item piece. Let's do the math really quickly, right? It's 1,200 Lucent for one item piece. So let's see how pay to win, or how much you have to spend to be pay to win. It's 1,200 Lucent for one gear piece, and that's not traded. That one piece is only going to come with one trait, and you're going to need 8 plus the 3 to finish off that trait. So you're going to need 11 of the same item to fully trait an item, and it has to be the traits that you want as well, right? So they can stack. That being said, just getting the base item, you will have to spend 1,200 Lucent, meaning in USD, that's about $24. So you're paying $24 for one piece of gear, and you need to get that piece of gear. So because you need to buy an item 11 times, meaning you have to spend $24 times 11, meaning you'd have to spend about $270 just for an average one fully traded piece, meaning that's just your gear. So 250 times 6, that's just like armor, right? That's just doing your armor. You'd have to spend about $1,600 on the current Korean servers just to get a full like maybe 6 pieces of gear. So it's not even a full set. That's like you're decently geared. So this is why I say I don't mind this part of the game, because if I grinded, I could 100% match the amount of money most people are going to spend. You will have those whales that will spend $10,000, $5,000. Most people aren't going to spend that. Whatever. It's so hard to be pay to win in terms of buying gear. Fine. But the thing that I don't want to see, I'm fine if they implement the Lucent the way they do. The thing that I don't want to see is the ability to buy more dungeon runs, because the dungeon runs are going to net me more chances at getting the traded gear and farming the gear, and also I just get to play the game more. Obviously we all want to play the game as much as we can, so if you're selling people the ability to play the game, it's a little demoralizing. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Let me know your thoughts, comments, what you guys think. Yeah, peace and love, you guys.